I'm not going to sit here and dignify. This guy's not serious, and I'm leaving. James, if you want a refund, you
Well,
let me know.
good day, sir. Did you call me a jackass, Matt? Well, you and your husband have a good day, Matt.
Andrew Wilson versus Matt have this amazing debate, and it ends up being very ugly, and Matt ends up walking out. So let's get right into it. And I have a Bible verse that will tie all of this together. Let's get into it.
Why would Christian ethics stop flourishing when the theist mandate is to reproduce, and the secular mandate is let's just all have sex and have fun, bro? That sounds way worse for human flourishing. In fact, I would say not reproducing is a worst possible thing for human flourishing, because if there's no humans, how do you flourish? So I guess, in essence, step one, I remain unconvinced. Step two, I need to be convinced, so I am no longer unconvinced. And step three, but God not real dough doesn't matter here. I've already granted it to still demonstrate just how stupid this ideology actually is. With that, I'll yield my time, and I'm happy to get into it.
Hey, James, I just sent you a message.
All right. We are going to kick it into an open discussion, so 50 minutes, and let's kick it.
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to sit here and dignify the preparation that I went through and what people were here for.
You're so indignant.
Keep interrupting me.
I am.
Okay.
You're so indignant.
Would the moderator like to step in so that I can finish what I'm saying?
Please, Matt. Please. How dare someone have an opposing worldview?
I'm not going to sit here and dignify what was supposed to be a debate about Christianity versus secular humanism, which one's better for the world,
Yes.
with someone who clearly showed up with an agenda that has nothing to do with that. Someone who refers to trans people as deranged lunatics who will self-terminate if you dare to question them.
How am I wrong, Matt?
Someone who misrepresents a quote from a debate where I said I wouldn't make a law about 9-year-olds having sex being legal with respect to the 9-year-olds, not that I was in any way in favor of it and that I was actually opposed to it, which I addressed during that debate. But moreover, this is not remotely an honest interaction on the front of whether or not secular humanism is valuable. Because this, when he presented his position here, has nothing to do with secular humanism. From the get-go, it's all about me. Matt thinks, Matt thinks, Matt thinks. I'm giving what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks.
Matt's position.
I came in with the Secular Humanist Manifesto. I came in with positions that aren't just that aren't merely my positions.
Oh, well, as long as multiple people hold the position, it makes it valid.
This guy's not serious, and I'm leaving. James, if you want a refund, you let me know.
Well, good day, sir. And I'll cover your refund, Mr. Matt.
He just said he'd cover my refund.
I would cover his refund.
No. Nope. Nope. No, I'm not going to.
That's crazy that he's just leaving. Oh, man. But yeah, the thing is, Andrew attacks people like crazy here. He always does this. He always attacks people, even if like they probably have the same viewpoints. If he knows, like, we're supposed to be on the opposite sides, I'm just gonna grill you and grill you and grill you, and you don't even know if like it's actually true or not. But this is the problem though with secular societies, is anything is dangerous. And he is right about, you cannot be a flourishing society if everyone is homosexual, okay? Like if everyone turned out to be homosexual and literally slept with the same sex, that would be a dying society. That is something that's true.
Dignify a debate with someone who walked in to trash talk people and be smug and all of the things that he's being right now. He's already said he will cover my expenses. You don't have anything to worry about. This debate is over. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Jackass.
Did you call me a jackass, Matt? Well, you and your husband have a good day, Matt. Have a wonderful day, Matt.
Dang. So I wonder though, like if people have these viewpoints, just to almost at the end of the day, like if they want to live how they want to live, like live the homosexual lifestyle, and that's seemingly why they have their viewpoints, does that kind of seem kind of sus to me, just to be like, yeah, this is why there's no God, because I want to live my life and have the same sexual relations with a partner that is a man. You know, like that's what seems kind of sus to me.
No, that was fine. I mean, if you're going to take a parting shot, I will too, Matt. Yeah.
The thing is, my parting shot's correct.
No, your parting shot's correct? Oh man, tough crowd.
Not going to have a headline debate, so I am sorry about that. And
Dang.
we do appreciate you coming.
Yes, covering our costs too.
No, you guys got to cover your own costs. Sorry.
So I agree that what Andrew said wasn't helpful in that. Well, hold on, just let me actually talk. Is like I'm already addressing it, so you want to interrupt me still? Really? Yeah, self-control, please. So is Andrew like when you call people lunatic? It like that does come off as
The
weird.
presentation of a correct worldview.
So, but at the same time, I can't help that Matt left. Like, I would like Matt to refute and explain to Andrew, like, hey, here's why calling people lunatics isn't an argument, and this is intellectually lowbrow. But I can't help that Matt left. I'm sorry about that. So, if you want to email me, I'm at moderndaydebate@gmail.com. I could even give you my number if you want to email me first and we can talk. But I think we'd agree that, you know, calling people names isn't an argument and it's lowbrow.
I didn't call anybody any
At the
names.
same time, my preference would be that Matt would kind of explain that for the internet to see. Like, I think that's why we've hosted these debates, is that there are bad arguments, that they'd be exposed to the world, like rebutted and exposed to the world. But I can't make Matt do something. So I am sorry that we don't appear to have a headline debate tonight.
Can we still have the Q&A?
You want to ask Andrew questions, do you?
If you guys would,
Yeah, in spirit of debate, you guys want to ask questions, eh?
if you guys would like to engage with Andrew and challenge his calling people lunatics, I am open to that. If you guys would like to, go ahead. I think you had well, we do need to have you speaking to the mic though.
Yeah.
So where's
Because
your,
I fled the debate stage?
yeah, where's your like degree in psychology to understand these like concepts?
Do you need a
when
degree
it
in
comes to-
psychology to know what a man and a woman are, sir?
Well, apparently you need.
Hold on.
Just-
I'm taking control, please.
We're doing.
Like, I'm serious. I'm gonna toss people if this gets out of hand. Seriously, I don't care. I will carry you out myself. So keep self-control. Okay, Andrew, you have to let them ask the question.
Okay.
You pissed off everybody,
Okay, fair enough.
including me. Like,
This is crazy.
For what?
you have to let them actually ask their question. Like,
Okay.
that's fair.
Okay, fair. Go ahead.
Probably being personal. So I didn't hear an argument against secular humanism. I'm not necessarily on board with everything with the secular humanist manifesto. What specifically about the manifesto that he talked about do you find troubling?
It's all lies. It's literally based on non-reality being subjectively interpreted as whatever you want. You can make bold claims.
Specific, please.
I'm giving you a
thing.
specific one. If you, sir, believe that a man can be a woman and you can think that you can gaslight the
Why did you
entirety,
say that specifically in
are you going to let me
resolving
answer the
argument?
question or no?
Go ahead.
If you want to try to gaslight the entirety of humankind, that this falsehood actually exists in descriptive reality, and then say, well, that's science, and we rule with science, we rule with our mind, we rule with our brain, that's absurd. It's absurd. How in the world can you want a doctrine like that to run your life? How?
Where is that in the secular humanist manifesto?
He has no descriptor for what is true. He has no justification for truth. Because he has no justification for truth, they can make up whatever they want as being a truth claim. In this case, they make up what is a man and what is a woman. Do you understand?
Yeah, so you're making the presuppositional argument that you have to ground all beliefs in your belief in God,
Which
is
I
what
also
you're
made that
secretly
argument.
Doing.
I conceded his entire worldview to ask him one descriptive claim about reality, and he got so upset about the descriptive reality claim, he fled the
Well,
room.
you're being personal about it, but
What was personal? When did I name anybody?
Your closing statement as he walked out, I hope you and your husband have a
Oh,
good,
you mean
good
after he
day,
called me a name?
which was very personal.
When he called me a name first.
Yeah, so you're insulting his partner along with him.
No.
Why not? If he's insulting you, why don't you just direct the insult
How can
directly to him?
how can it be an insult if I'm giving you a descriptive, real, true statement? That's a real, true statement. How could you be insulted unless you know it's a lie? How?
All right. Next one coming in. Good luck to you.
I mean, obviously said it in a derogatory way. Have fun with your husband. Like, no one would say that. Have fun with your wife. Maybe they would, but like, not unless it's a bad thing. Not unless they think it's a bad thing. But you can see why he walked off, though, because it's completely against his entire worldview and how he lives. But that's why you gotta show the love of Jesus more. I know he claims to be a Christian. I don't know what type, but he's not very sensitive, and I get, like, a lot of people are sensitive in that way when you call out their lifestyle. But you still got to be firm, but maybe not in the best way.
Hey, Andrew. I'm pretty religious myself. I tend to keep to myself. But one thing that I've always been listening to, or I can't really say the verse really well. I don't really remember it by heart, but it's had something to do with along the lines of don't give swine, or don't give pearls to swine because they wouldn't know what to do with it. Not to call anybody who doesn't believe in
I
religion.
think you just called the whole audience swine.
Yeah. Sorry, not. Oh, that's just what the. That's just what the. I think that's just what the quote was. Basically saying don't push and try to convince someone if they're like unbelievers or they don't believe. So what kind of gets you fired up and want to try and tell them your position?
So my position has a requirement in truth. It's one of the commandments of Christianity. It's one of the 4 things that we should focus on is what is true. And yet people make these ridiculous descriptive claims and expect us. Look at how pissed off some of these people are. Because I told the truth. What in the world did I say? That was not true. Nothing. There was nothing I said which is untrue. And yet they're still that upset. Over what? Because they don't have truth. There is no truth on their side. It's all a bunch of lies and a facade. And so when you tell them what's true, they malfunction. They go into NPC mode. I was told man could be woman. It's insane. They can't. It's nuts. It's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just think that that cannot go like hand in hand. Like religion and secular humanism can go hand in hand if you kind of just you're not totally right, you're not totally wrong, but we're in America, you can live the way you want. I do.
Matthew 7:6, do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. Yeah, I would say, thing is, you're supposed to go into all the world and preach the gospel. Then you can say well, people will never understand. But if you tell them the truth, then they will get upset. But you can do it in a nice way. I think that's what it really comes down to. He's just not a very likable guy because he's so angry. I don't know. Like the one where he goes on, he's super direct, and that's why it's great for content because you need one extreme. That's when he goes on to the Whatever podcast because it's perfect for him to call out all the OF girls and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, I think he's good for certain extents, but he needs to have more grace too. So Romans 12:17 through 20 here says, if someone does wrong to you, do not pay him back by doing wrong to him. Try to do what everyone thinks is right. Do your best to live in peace with everyone. My friends, do not try to punish others when they wrong you. Wait for God to punish them with his anger. It is written, I am the one who punishes. I will pay people back, says the Lord. But you should do this. If your enemy is hungry, feed him. If your enemy is thirsty, give him a drink. Doing this will be like pouring burning coals on his head. Do not let evil defeat you. Defeat evil by doing good. I think that's the best way to actually help people come to know Jesus is by doing that and following God's example. But yeah, guys, if you want to follow Jesus for the first time, I encourage you to do that. Know his love, know he's good, and he has an amazing plan for your life. That would be the best decision of your entire life because you were created to have a relationship with God. So click the link in the description to help you decide to follow Jesus. Yeah, I'll walk you right through that. And yeah, have an amazing Christmas, everyone.